All right, so let's talk about the African Cup of Nations 2025 qualification. So far, the matches are being played very well, and we're already seeing how the tables are taking shape. As you can see, we have so many tables. So what we're going to do here, we are just going to give you a roundup of the tables, who is on top and who is not on top. So let's quickly get started. In Group A, we have Tunisia. After 2 matches, they have 6 points. They are leading the charge there, followed by Gambia, who have just 1 point in 2 matches. They drew 2 of their last match and they lost 1. And then we have Comoros. They are on still 1 point. They drew their match with Gambia. And we have Madagascar, who is just last on the table with no point. Then when we go to Group B, we have Morocco, 3 points from 1 match. We have Central Africa, 3 points from 1 match, and we have Lesotho and Gabon, 0 points, standing 3rd and 4th respectively. But Lesotho is just ahead on goal difference. Group C, we have Egypt leading with 3 points, Mauritania 3 points from 1 match. We have Botswana and Cape Verde both on 0 points, standing 3rd and 4th respectively. So Group D is the most talked about group, where we have Nigeria playing very well. In fact, the spotlight was on Victor Osimhen when he came into the camp, and everything that happened during the transfer. People are actually waiting to see how this guy is going to play, how he's going to respond, and surprisingly he responded very well. He came in the second half and just barely 6 minutes of coming in, he scored a wonderful goal. So I think he's sending a message to Napoli. Look how what he just missed out, guys. So let's talk about that group. Nigeria leading with 3 points, and we have Rwanda 1 point. Rwanda drew 1-1 against Libya, so they both shared the points there. And then last on the table we have Benin with just 0 points from 1 match. They lost against Nigeria. And something happened in this match. I think people say that everybody in this world have a Nigerian friend. We can attest to that, because the Benin Republic starting 11, we have 3 Nigerians there. Is something that, okay, it's a very good one. Nigerians everywhere, Nigerians in Nigeria, Nigeria outside Nigeria. So I think it's a good thing that African players are having those kind of players from different countries playing for another country. It shows that there is unity in the African nation. I think this is what football is all about. That's why you go to France, you have Africans playing for the French national team. You go to England, you have Africans playing for the England national team. And then you come to Africa, mostly you just have African players playing for particular African players from a particular country playing for that country. But by the time we begin to have this inter-country play, this is football, this is not war. So even if that's why at the end of the match, even if you lose, you're still going to hug the other player. So I think it's a very good thing that we begin to have players from different African nations. It just shows that there's unity in the African continent, and that's what everybody wants. All right, so let's talk about Group E. Group E, we have Algeria 3 points, Liberia 1 point, Togo 1 point. Liberia and Togo share the points there, and then Equatorial Guinea are languishing on the 4th position with just no point and 2 goals against them, and they have -2 goals. So they have to do better if they want to be in the next African Cup of Nations. Group F, we have Angola, we have Sudan, we have Ghana, we have Niger. Angola and Sudan are leading the charges there. And the match between Ghana and Angola was actually, we had an encounter there where Ghanaian fans stormed the pitch at the end of the match, because the Angolan goal was scored very late in fact, just towards the end of the match, after added time. It was like one of the last kicks of the match. So and the Ghanaian fans, they got angry and they stormed the pitch, and this got a lot of persons worried, like what is still happening at this time. We still have this happening in African football. Like, people should just learn how to accept defeat like that. They enter inside the pitch, they stormed the pitch, and it was their home ground pitch, and they destroyed a lot of things, causing damages and destruction, which is still the government is going to pay for, and are going to those things are going to be replaced by taxpayers' money. So if check the other way around, it's still damage to themselves or show themselves on the leg. So this is football. The moment you go inside a football match, fans should expect that it's either we win, we lose, or this match is going to end the draw. These are the 3 possible outcomes of every football match. So you shouldn't get so disappointed when you have one of these outcomes, but as much as possible, you try to win. We understand that disappointment when you lose a match, but fans should learn how to control themselves and be more civic. Group G, we have Ivory Coast leading charges, and we have Chad, Sierra Leone, and Zambia Tanzania. Zambia languishing on the 4th position with 0 points from the first match. Group H, we have DR Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo with 3 points. We have Ethiopia 1 point. We have Tanzania 1 point. We have Guinea 1 point. You see, this group is a very surprising group, because in fact it's a very interesting group, because most of these countries here, they have not really been playing like that, apart from Guinea. And Guinea are so they've been playing very well previously, but to see them languishing on the 4th position here, and they were still beaten by DR Congo. And if you check the last African Cup of Nations, DR Congo did a lot. They did very well. They played very well. They defeated people that we didn't know that they were going to defeat. These guys defeated Ghana, and it's just a very it shows that this little countries that are not known in football, they are still coming up. So we're still going to have a paradigm shift where we have those teams that used to be like the top gunners. Like, imagine Angola beating Ghana is something that nobody would have expected. The Ghanaian fans didn't expect that Angola is going to beat them at home. And then previously we had Benin Republic beating Nigeria at home in the World Cup qualifier. So it shows that the African continent, the football, the other nations are still coming up. And then when you look at countries like Tanzania, a lot of persons would not even believe that Tanzania could even get a point from a match, because they are not really known in the world of football. So for them to can't get a point against Ethiopia as well, even Ethiopia, there are countries that we don't know. People don't know that these countries can play football. And if you watch the matches, they played very well. So we think we need this kind of thing to come up, so that all the African countries will be known worldwide. It's good for the African leagues as well. Group E, we have Guinea-Bissau topping that group with 3 points. We have Mozambique with 1 point. You have Mali with 1 point, and we have Eswatini with 0 points. Okay, understanding, but I feel like Mali should have done better. Mali should actually be topping, because if you look at the groups here, Mali has been a strong team from the beginning, the time of Frederick Kenyote, the time of Keita, and they have so many players there that they should be at the top there, with the top like Cameroon, Nigeria, and Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia. They should be up there, not to be languishing down here on 3rd place with teams like Guinea-Bissau, Mozambique, Eswatini. We are not looking down on all these things, but at least there's levels in football. Group J, we have Cameroon, we have Kenya, we have Zimbabwe, and we have Namibia. We have Group K, Congo, we have Uganda, we have South Africa, we have Southern Sudan. Congo are still topping. Uganda and South Africa, they drew 1-1. It's surprising, because everybody was expecting like South Africa were going to win, but South Africa team, they let themselves down. They conceded 2 goals, 2 unlucky goals. I'll put it, because if you check the circumstances that led to those goals, you will not believe that they were going to concede this kind of goals. But that is it with football. You have to be very attentive for the duration of the entire match. If not, you are going to, the moment you lose concentration, you get punished for it. And I think that's what happened to South Africa. And on the other part, there was a little bit of underrate of they kind of underrated the Ugandans, because they felt like this is going to be a straw to the pack. From the start of the match, you see they missed a lot of chances, and you see the way they played. They were like, okay, no matter what happened, we are still going to win this match. So I feel like these teams they're going to be a lot of surprises, like the way we saw in the last African Cup of Nations. There were so many surprises, teams that we didn't expect were going to beat certain teams. They beat them, like Cameroon. Who would have thought? Senegal. Who would have thought? You see, so you don't look down on anything these days, and it's very good. And Group L, and the final group, we have Burundi, Burkina Faso, we have Senegal, Malawi. This is what we are talking about. Burkina Faso and Senegal drew. Senegal is like one of the top African countries when you talk about football. In fact, last African Cup of Nations, everybody was expecting that Senegal were going to I personally on this show, we gave them like Senegal will get to the final or at least semi-finals, and they crashed at the round of 16. And then the qualifiers, they still started from where they stopped in the Africa Cup of Nations, drawing against Burkina Faso. And if you check the play, it's not this situation where you play and the other team mistakenly scores, but the play was not too good. This is not the Senegal team that we used to do. We expect so much from Senegal rather than this kind of show. And then surprisingly, Burundi Burundi of all people. Respect to Burundi for topping this table so far, but like we said, it's just a single match. We don't know what is going to happen. We still have other matches to be played, but at the end of the day, if the start is good, and then we believe that statistically the end is also going to be good. So there are big things that are not where they're supposed to be. We just hope they are going to pick up the challenge, and the next time they are going to try to live up to the big team name that they've known with. And for the teams that looks like underdogs, that are where nobody expects there's going to be, the whole hope is that they should keep up the momentum. We need this African Cup of Nations to be very competitive as possible. So this is a very good one coming from Africa. So guys, that's all from the African Cup of Nations update. We are not going to bring more your way again. Thank you so much. Join us next week Monday for more updates.